What's up, everyone? It's your boy Chris K, and on this episode of Texas Monsters, we're going to be speaking on a woman from Hillsboro, Texas, who murdered one of her daughters and attempted to murder her other daughter. The mother would then call 911, and one of the most chilling 911 recordings ever recorded, she would tell the operator that she just killed her children.
Hill County 911, what's your emergency?
I just killed my children.
Excuse me?
I just killed my children.
Where are you?
I'm in the abandoned house on Highway 77 right after you go underneath the highway. One of them's still alive. Hurry.
How? Under what highway? You're on Highway 77 where?
I'm on Highway 77 right after you go under 35 going towards Milford. Get an ambulance out here to save the one that didn't die. Come on. Hurry up.
What's your name?
Bitch, call them. Have you already called them?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay.
I need your name.
I don't want to tell you my name.
Are you in your car?
No, I'm not in my car. I'm in the house walking around. And one of them's still alive for real. She's asking to be saved, and I couldn't handle that. And so now
She's in an abandoned house at
it's
that
been a
location.
long time. She might already die because she's bled out a lot. And hold on. What, baby?
77 is
Be still. What did you say? I want to talk to 911. She said, please tell you to hurry.
Okay. Well, we've got people en route. Get an ambulance because one of them's still alive, she said. Can you tell me what happened? Ma'am? Hello? Ma'am? Can you tell me what happened?
I can't get the door open.
You can't get what door open, darling?
The front door, so y'all can come in when y'all get here. Why won't it open?
I don't know. How many children do you have?
Oh,
Huh?
two.
Two?
One is dead. One of them is dead. She's dead, but the other one, she wants to be saved, and she needs to be saved, and I don't see any lights. Tell them to get the fuck out here.
Honey, they're coming. They're coming. Do you have any weapons?
I do. I have a knife.
She has a knife.
Should I throw it away?
No, ma'am, just put it in. She's got a knife.
She says hurry.
Okay, tell her we're on our way. She won't give me. Can you not tell me what your name is?
What?
Huh?
Hold on.
What's your name, darling?
I'm not telling you my name. I lost the door. Hold on, kid. They're coming. Tell them not to shoot me. I don't have a gun.
Okay. When they get there,
Uh-huh.
I want you to lay the knife down out. When you get the door open, I want you to lay the knife down so they can see that you don't have any weapons.
Okay. Get up here.
Okay, you
There's
need to.
people coming up the driveway.
I know, I understand that. I want.
Driveway with my hands up.
She stayed.
By the house, both hands up, except for one, because I'm on the phone. They're coming.
She's got her hands up except for the fact that the one that she's on the phone with. So she's out in the yard. She says she's out in the yard beside the house.
Okay, goodbye. I see them. They're right here. Goodbye.
This is the most horrific thing I've ever seen, not only as the standpoint of being the sheriff of Hill County, but as a parent. The deceased child went to school with my daughter, and so it hits home.
On June 5th, 2009, at around 9 p.m., a call would come in to the Hill County Sheriff's Office from a woman stating that she had just killed her children. The woman was 33-year-old Debra Jeter. Hill County deputies and state troopers would arrive to the abandoned house on US 77 just off of Interstate 35. Upon arriving on scene, police found Debra Jeter in the garage with her hands raised above her head, and deputies also found a knife placed on the roof of a car that was nearby. Officers detained Debra and then proceeded to search the abandoned house. While searching the house, officers found 12-year-old Kelsey Jeter laying on the bathroom floor, dead. Kelsey had a cut from one side of her neck all the way to the other side. Police would also find 13-year-old Kiersten Jeter in a bedroom in critical condition with stab wounds in her back and lots of blood loss. Kiersten was airlifted to the Parkland Hospital in Dallas, Texas, where she underwent a life-saving surgery. After the surgery, Kiersten was in stable condition, and a few days later she was let out of the intensive care unit. Debra Jeter was charged with murder and attempted capital murder. Debra's bond was set at $1.5 million. On May 27, 2010, Debra Jeter pleaded guilty to murdering her daughter Kelsey Jeter and attempting to murder her other daughter Kiersten Jeter. Debra was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. According to reports, in 2004, Debra was charged with physically abusing her daughter Kiersten, and this case was closed after Debra completed mental health treatment. In May of 2009, Lester Lee Jeter, which is the father of Kiersten and Kelsey Jeter, would tell his wife Debra that he wanted to get separated. Debra was devastated and took the news very hard. On May 21, 2009, Debra attempted suicide at their house by overdose on 101 Brazos Street in Hillsboro, Texas. Debra was unsuccessful and was transported to the DePaul Center in Waco, Texas to undergo psychiatric treatment. On May 22, 2009, the day after the suicide attempt, Lee Jeter filed for divorce and was granted a temporary restraining order against Debra. Court documents showed that Lee was concerned that Debra may be released in a few days and was worried about the safety and well-being of his two daughters. On June 4, 2009, a day before the murder, a hearing was held and a judge decided to lift the restraining order against Debra seeing her children. Lee admitted to agreeing with the judge and said Debra showed no resentment towards her children and never put them in danger or in harm's way. Kelsey and Kiersten were excited about the decision. It had been 14 days since they last seen their mother. Kelsey wrote on her MySpace page, "I get to see my mom tomorrow, yay!" The next day, June 5, 2009, Debra would pick her daughters up at approximately 6 p.m. that Friday evening. Kelsey and Kiersten told their dad Lee goodbye and excitingly got into their mom's car. Debra told Lee that she had a surprise for their daughters, which is why she wanted to take them. And Debra told her daughters that she had a night of surprises in store for them, which included singing American Idol songs and reading books together. Investigators said that cell phone towers pinged Debra driving to Corsicana, Texas, in which they believed Debra was looking for the place she was going to murder her children. Debra took her daughters to the abandoned house off of 77 in Hillsboro, Texas. According to reports, Debra first stabbed Kiersten with a knife, and Kiersten told her sister Kelsey to run. After Kelsey started running, Debra swung the knife, and Kiersten, trying to protect Kelsey, was stabbed in the back with the knife. Debra then ran into the bathroom after Kelsey and held Kelsey down as she slashed her throat. Debra cut Kelsey's airway and hit one of her main arteries, in which resulted in Kelsey dying. Kiersten begged her mom to let her live and said she didn't want to die. Debra would then make one of the worst chilling 911 calls ever made. Debra Jeter is serving life at the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Prison in Gatesville, Texas, and according to reports, her plea deal spared her from the death penalty and spared her daughter Kiersten from having to testify at court and relive the horrible tragedy. Before being transferred, Debra met with her ex-husband Lee and daughter Kiersten. Debra told Lee that she still hated him, but she was sorry for everything that happened. Debra told Lee the reason she did this was because she was heartbroken over them separating. Debra said she figured if she felt that way, then we must all feel that way, and she wanted to take away all of the pain from everyone. Lee said that Debra and Kiersten shared a few lighthearted moments in which they talked and laughed, but Lee said that this will never happen again outside prison walls. Now, this story is just absolutely horrible. My condolences go out to Lee and his daughter Kiersten. Something like that is tragic, and it just scars you for the rest of your life. You always have to live with that evil. You know, this happened 15 minutes from my house, and after it happened, people were breaking into that house and they saw the children's bloody handprints everywhere. I can't imagine seeing that. I never went in there. And my cousin, she used to work at a store, and her coworker was actually dating, messing around with the lead guy. I'm not saying that had anything to do with anything, but this chick Debra was crazy, and she did this because her husband left her. She killed her child. I don't understand. So, I mean, you know, who knows? You know, and then Debra calling 911, acting so calm, saying that, you know, y'all need to hurry and save my daughter. She's begging for her life and I just couldn't do it. What the hell's up with that? And I give credit to those officers that dispatch, because they got to hear a lot of this stuff in live action, not, you know, in the past. And I'm sure they hear some gruesome stuff. And I just want to say I appreciate what y'all do. Let me get y'all's thoughts in the comments down below. What do y'all think about this whole story? I know it happened 13 years ago, but for Lee and Kiersten, it probably feels like it just happened yesterday, and it's always going to stay with them. And I know it's been covered a lot with this happening so close to home, and this chick obviously being an evil monster. I had to cover this story. Thank y'all for checking out this episode of Texas Monsters. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye.